she comes. Oh, some weight in this, Ricky.
I can hear stuff dropping down to the...
Okay. Let's hope I don't go down someone else's chimney now. We're here in Droitwich today and on yet another honeybee removal, this time from a chimney. Shall we go and have a look where we're going to go, Rick? So the bees are up right up there. Might be just about able to make those out. Just stung me through my shirt. Oh, these Robs really aren't very friendly, are they?
No, let's get down.
So let's go. Yeah, she's left a sting in me, look. Look. Yeah. Let's go and
suit up,
definitely. We're here now. I'm fully suited and booted, as you can see, because we've already been stung within 5 minutes of being up here. What we're going to do now, though, is the bees are going in and out from up the top of that pot there. Now, the comb that's in there, it might literally just be down to the bottom of the pot. It could be down to here, it could be down to here, or it could be like that one we did a few weeks ago over in Sedgley, and it might be all the way down here. The only way we can really discover how far that comb comes down is to start drilling in. So what we're going to use is this bit of kit. I'm going to go in line with the actual chimney, and we're going to go through the mortar, which makes life a lot easier for repairing it afterwards and for us for drilling in the first place, hoping that this is just a single skin. Once we've got a hole through there, we are going to use this bit of kit, which is basically an endoscope. It's got a little camera, believe it or not, right in the end of there, and it's also got a little torch. So once we've got a hole in, we can drive that little camera on the end through the hole, and hopefully we'll be able to see the bottom of the comb, or not the bottom of the comb, and then go up a little bit higher and higher so we can gauge exactly how far it's going to come down. Once we've done that, then we've got the bigger job of taking some of these bricks out so that then we can get a board in, because what we don't want to do is have a piece of the comb drop down, go right down the bottom of the chimney, because that would be an absolute nightmare, and especially that would be a nightmare if the queen happened to be on that bit of comb, because all the bees might follow the queen down to the bottom. Major problem, we don't want that. Wish us luck, thank you. Here we are then. We've drilled one hole through. We just had to use my bee brush then, just to thinking on your feet as always on bee removals. We've gone in here, which you can see, there's the pot up there, and the comb will be hanging down off that pot. We've drilled into here thinking, oh, that's going to be a good place to put the safety boards. And then as we've done it, a load of angry bees have come straight out, and when we've put the endoscope in, straight away, they really don't like the endoscope, do they?
What do you see, mate? Loads of bees.
Loads of bees. They really don't like the torch on the end of this, do they? They like kind of sting it to pieces. Look at this one, look. She's like, what? Get off. So that's obviously comb inside there, whether the endoscope can see it or not, because the speed at which the bees attack that little torch on the end, you see.
So I'm guessing
so we're going to block this back up, and next hole.
Maybe a lot further down.
Maybe a lot further down there,
yeah,
maybe.
Let's try that.
Let's try that one. We've seen on the time lapse now how we've well, Ricky, I should say, because I like to make Ricky do all the hard work, being so young. We've taken all the mortar around the brick out, so now we can slip the brick out. We've had a look with the endoscope already, and we can see we're underneath the comb, and now we've got the smoker going. The great thing about bees in chimneys, obviously, chimneys are designed for smoke to go up. So hopefully when we get the smoke in here, the smoke will naturally be pulled up where we want it to go. Don't need to give them tons and tons of smoke though, just enough smoke. But that's good, because that'll stay up there, and it's going to keep them more thinking about what's going on up there rather than what's happening on down here where we are. Because it is really, really, really hot today. Really hot. In fact, this is the first time the sun has come out in the UK for 3 weeks. Every night the sun comes out. I know that sounds crazy, but literally when the sun's got about 10 more minutes left in it, all of a sudden the sky goes blue and then the sun comes out. Crazy, crazy weather yet again this year in the UK. It affects our job quite a lot. Our phone's gone absolutely crazy in the office today with people ringing about wasps and hornets and insects like that. But obviously these, they're close relatives. The honeybee, they're a lot better thing to deal with because we can save them rather than just killing them. Now the brick is out, what we want to do is we want to know how good our guesstimation was, because the first hole, not so good. Let's see how far away we are off on this one. So we've knocked the brick out, let's have a look. Can you get that in there, mate? Look what we're going to see in there then.
Well, the viewers will get a sneak preview, won't they?
They'll know before we know. That's not nice. I don't like that. How dare you? Oh, and while we're talking about it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We would really, really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe because it keeps us encouraged. Rick is up there now, as you can see. I'll just turn the camera around. So, Rick, I don't know whether you want to show people what you've actually found up there.
Concrete made out of diamonds. That's what I've found. It's going to take a while, isn't it, that?
It's going to take a while, so luckily we've got all the kit. Ricky's going to get his grinder on it. I dare say we'll play you some music now. Go for it, Rick. Well, now it's time for the pot to come off. What they do, they haven't got a nose like us. They do, all of their smelling goes through their antennae. It's amazing how they do it, because unlike the human nose where you've got mucus in there which captures all the chemicals that we smell, and then it goes up into your olfactory glands and into your brain and tells you what the smell is. They use a very similar thing, but they can't afford to lose all the moisture. So every time we breathe in and breathe out, we're losing moisture. These little girls can't do that. So what they do is they use their antennae, which come out the tops of their heads, and inside each one of those antennae is little tiny little holes, tiny little holes, and that's how they actually smell, because the chemicals that they need to decipher what a smell is can go through those little holes, and that's how they don't lose any vapor. Just a little fact for you there. In fact, I can see a little bit of the comb there, look. So I'll try and rock the pot back and see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, that's heavy. That's really heavy. Pretty old stuff.
Yeah, what are we looking at? Oh, look at the moment of it. Cleaning up the honey already.
A little bit of honey.
They're pretty calm at the moment. I think when we start to cut these bits out, like I was saying on the other camera just now, the issue now is always the same problem. It's getting this first bit of comb out. We've taken a little bit of comb out from the one side. This one's stinging me, look. Get that out before it gets pushed into my skin.
And I can smell the banana-y smell, so...
Oh yeah, there's the banana-y smell, so now they should all start going absolutely mental on us. I just want to get this one piece out. Yes. Is that good or bad?
There's nothing on it.
So that's old honey there, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So we've got to the honey.
You could probably feed that back to them, to be fair.
And what Ricky's just doing there is he's just knocking the bees back into the colony. The calmer we can keep the bees, the more successful we're going to be, really. We don't want to be hurting any of the bees. Some bees will get hurt. Well, they're certainly woken up now, as you can see, from them all flying around our heads, especially my head for some reason. It's the same problem all the time with these. You've got to get one piece of comb out before you can get to all the other pieces of comb. And getting the first piece of comb out is the key. That's why we have the Albert and the Cutty device. Now you'll remember these, we invented these not so long back. So this is named after my granddad, Ricky, my son here, is a great granddad. Albert Duffield's, but it's called the Albert, and this is the cutty device, which we'll use to slide down the side of the chimney, cutting the comb off, and we'll use that to grab the comb and pull it up. But as we said, these sheets of comb are probably 6 feet long, so let's see how it goes. This should be a really long piece of comb. Let's have a look. Up she comes. Oh, some weight in this, Ricky.
I can hear stuff dropping down to the... There's nothing in any of it.
This is brewed up here.
Yeah, there's some
isn't
brood at the top. Flip it round.
Why are they all down the bottom there, mate? Is the queen down there?
I can't do that and hold the camera and well. Put me in my hand like that.
Well, what we got here then? Little bees. Look. That's what we call festooning. Should I knock them off in the thingy or?
The nuke's all the way down there now because I put it next to the chimney pot. We just need 2 more frames.
I mean, the queen could literally be inside one of these, couldn't it?
Put it on your hand and have a look through it, see if you can see that. Right, so now we're going to scoop up all these bees that are stuck to the side of the chimney, and I'm going to chuck them down into this nuke. And hopefully they stay there. And now I'll guarantee I'm going to get stung. That is one big chunk of bees. That is. They all fell down the bottom. Open it. Wow, look at that. If I didn't have my gloves on then, how many stings did I just get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 stings just from one handful. And I'm doing it gently before anyone starts saying I'm not.
I just got done. See, you say you ain't got stung for ages.
And it happens.
Literally 5 minutes later, isn't it?
Well, literally last time we done one, I said I ain't been stung in my legs, and I got stung in my legs 10 minutes after.
Look at the size of this bum female. I gotta get this on the video. Look at the size of her. She's got that much honey on her. She can't move. Look at that. Look at that, dude.
Wow.
You can have it. Show it to the camera, man.
It's like a pet mouse. Wow. Yeah. That's insanely huge.
She's got that much honey on her. She can hardly fly, I think.
Look at that.
Definitely a queen. I think that's a queen buff tail.
Yeah, it does look
because they have a red, like an orange bum. Today has been quite a long day again. We're going to leave the bees to do an awful lot of cleaning. There's a fair bit of honey in this one, a fair bit. Yeah. But because of the time of year, what we're trying to do is we'll try and feed as much of that back to the bees as we possibly can. Just around on the front of the nuke, just around there, there's absolutely tons of bees. We've taken all the comb that was in the chimney out. The pot itself is down over there. Might show that in a minute if I remember, but I'm rather tired now. So we're going to leave the bees to do what they do, and we're going to leave them to clean up, swallow as much more of that honey as they can, and wish us bon voyage, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. So this is the chimney pot that was up here at one point. We haven't actually got any of the comb that's in there out yet. All we've taken out so far is 6 feet of comb that came out of here. So we've taken all the comb out. We've got all the brood, which is where all the babies are and where the queen likes to be. And that brood that we've found is in that nuke up there. So there's no comb in the column. There's brood in there. We're not sure what's in this chimney pot, but we've had enough for today. I dare say the bees have had enough as well. So we're going to go, there's a little bee coming in on the shot there, wasn't there? We're going to go and get some food and things, and we're going to be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully when we come back, either all the bees will be in here, or the bees will be in that nuke,
or both.
or both or all three. Who knows? You never know with bees, but we're going to find out tomorrow morning. So we're going to shoot. That was a long one again. Let's sort some bees out, son. Let's sort some bees out. What we've come back to is all the bees back in there.
Not in the nuke.
Not in the nuke. They've ignored the nuke completely. So we'll drop that in there.
And then put them in the
Make a
nuke.
little gap. Oh, they're starting to run over that side, look. We'll put these in there like that. I might even put another one on. Let's get it dark again in there. Oh, there's lots of bees now just come out.
Oh, look, they're all swarming off, look.
Let's watch where they go. Let's watch where they go.
Yeah. They're actually running away from the comb. Look at this. This is nuts.
So they were running onto it initially.
And then running away from it now. They're actually darting out of there like there's insecticide in there.
The queen must have flown off, you know. Everywhere.
Oh my god.
You got video of around it.
Yeah. That is insane.
Okay.
Right. Oh wow.
Have you not noticed? It like really trips your head out, doesn't it?
That is insane.
Hope they don't ball up. If they ball up in a tree and we can get to them, that's fine.
They're all over there, look. You're probably ain't going to see it on this camera.
Yeah, I can. I bet you they end up in that tree over there that you're looking at now. So the queen was definitely in that clump, son, like I said.
I think we need to sort some stuff out and then we'll be back.
Let's go. Looks like we might go to catch a swarm as well as take the bees out of the chimney. Oh man, we was hoping to be finished by today, wasn't we?
Yeah. Hopefully they'll fly back in an hour or so.
Time will tell, as they say, because all the bees seem to have disappeared now.
Yeah, there's like nothing in the sky, and a minute ago it was...
We were surrounded by them. Okay.
Right, we'll be back in a bit.
We really need your luck now. What we're going to do now is we've got another nuke made up here. We've had a swarm that's left the chimney and gone off in a tree over there. We don't know where it is quite at this moment in time, but there's still an awful lot of bees here, so we don't know whether they've slowly made their way back to here. Time will tell, but we've still got the chimney pot, which is down here. I think it's just out of shot at the moment. And what we're going to do, we're going to lift the chimney pot onto here. We're going to take all the brood or whatever we find in there, and we're going to put that in this nuke, and then we're going to revise what we're going to do from there, really. So let's get this up then, Rick. What we're going to do now, or what I'm going to do, while Ricky's up there, is I'm going to try and get a piece of this comb out and then put it into here. Moving quickly, as you can see, makes them very attacking. Is that a word? Attacking? Don't think it is, but... First sting of the day.
Oh, that feeling don't get old, man.
No. going down now. So let's cut this next piece out. Okay YouTubers, what we're going to do now is we're going to go and get ourselves a drink and things. So as you saw, we had a bit of a disaster earlier, and the bees decided to swarm just at the last moment, just before we could do anything about it. And once the swarm was started, there's not a great deal anyone could do really. The swarm went off into one of the trees over there. We don't know where it went after that. It shot off somewhere else, and then it all mayhem broke loose, as you probably saw on the video. But we don't know what we got on the video until we get back home and do all the editing for our YouTube channel. There were so many bees here robbing, and the swarm bees and everything that was going on. We couldn't work out what to do for the best really. So we've had our break for an hour or two this time, and we've come back, and we were hoping that either the swarm had returned and gone into the nuke up here where we've got the brood, or back into the chimney itself, but no, that hasn't happened, I'm afraid. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a load of smoke down the bottom of the chimney, and we're going to chase any remaining bees out of there, so it's absolutely bee free is the phrase I'm looking for. Absolutely bee free. It's a bit of a tongue twister that, Rick.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put the pot back on, which we've made so that the bees can't get in the top of the pepper pot, as it's called. Then Ricky's going to concrete it all back in for the customer, so it's as good as, well, better than when we started, as we like to leave it. And then what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to leave this nuke up here with the brood in there, just on the off chance that the swarm comes back. There is a slight chance that could happen. We're going to leave it up here for a few days, and then we'll come back when we get a chance and check it out. And if there's no bees in it, there's no bees in it. But our customers got what they wanted, which is a bee-free chimney. We lose out a little bit because we haven't got a colony to go on our Hems's holistic honey farm. But that's something you want to add as well. If you go on Instagram, if you're on the Instagram, go and search us on there, Hems's holistic honey. That's Hems's, H-E-M-S, holistic honey. And we'll get cracking on then. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the pepper pot here back up on there.
That's as low as I can.
Yours. It's all yours. A little bit. As you can see up there on the top, look, they're all fanning away, you little beauties. What we're going to do, we're trying to get these girls off the pot where they think this is where they used to live and they want to get back in now, but we want to get them from up there. So if you remember, seems like months ago now, what we had to do was take a brick out to find out where the bottom of the comb was. What we're doing now is putting a brick back in again. Fix it, Rick. Strikes again.
Oh, random bee just come out.
Yes. So in there, that is well done, Ricky. That's not the finished job because, like Ricky says, we're going to point that up just before we go anyway. But I wonder what's happening up there now. We'll find out in a bit. We'll find out in a bit. One brick out, pot off, pot back on. Brilliant. Shame the bees swarmed halfway through, but there you go. It'd be amazing if they came back, wouldn't it? It really would. Right. That was quite a long day, especially in this heat. I think it's actually hit 30 degrees today. And considering the sun hasn't been out in the UK for like 4 weeks, it literally hasn't been out. It's been horrible. It's been really, really, Rick?
Yeah, it's on here.
You was going on.
Oh, was I? Sorry.
It doesn't matter. We've had a long and tiring day, so I'll forgive him. And he's my son after all. So what we were doing before, remember I put that piece of comb up here to try and encourage these girls to come down. Well, it's worked quite nicely. It's really worked quite nicely. I can't say with absolute certainty whether it's worked 100%. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this nuke up here, lashed down. We're going to leave this here for a good 3 or 4 days and we'll come back. Who knows, we might be lucky. We might be lucky. There might have been enough that were left in the melee when the swarm left that we might make a nuke of bees up. Time will tell. I'm pretty doubtful, but you got to give them a chance, haven't you? And for all we know, with queen bees being queen bees, she might decide that she didn't like it where she was and she might come back here. Can't get back in the pot because she can't. And the only option is to go in the nuke, which is full of her brood. So fingers crossed for us. We returned 3 days later, and to my complete surprise, when we came and picked up the nuke, this is the actual nuke here, it was really, really heavy and it quite surprised me. When we returned, the weather had changed so much. It was freezing cold, blowing a gale, so we just got up on that scaffold, brought it straight down, sealed up, obviously sealed them in there, and we brought them to our quarantine apiary, which is where these bees still are. It's now March. We took these out in September, so we've got them all the way through the winter, and as you can see, they're doing absolutely fantastically. These are really, they seem to have a really nice temperament as well, these bees. They really do. And some of them we've noticed are actually taking pollen back in with them. So these bees are really happy bees. You're going to see now how we left this chimney is actually in a better state of repair than when we got to the job. So we've got happy bees, a happy customer, and that makes for happy Pest Interceptors. And we hope you really enjoyed this video.